Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, stories from the 78 up in Vernon Hills at TFI. And this place is more than just a physical therapy spot. This place has cold plunge, saunas, personal training, the whole thing. I'm going to talk to Ryan right now for this story from the 78 to help you recover heading into the new year. Energize, recover like a pro, and that happens really well inside these cold plunge tubs. And that is Ryan Lefevre's, some of your philosophy. How you doing, Ryan?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. So TFI, a little bit more than just a physical training space. This is a recovery. This is, almost like a community center in terms of people who want to learn how to recover or just better functionality in their body and things like that, right?
Yes, absolutely. When we originally started TFI, we called it the Fit Institute, and then we kind of rebranded to TFI. And originally when we started, we wanted to kind of bridge the gap between rehabilitation and sports performance. We wanted to be more than just a physical therapy and a personal training center. And then as we kind of grew and expanded, we kind of knew that I wanted to take this experience more into a recovery space as well, which is why we have the recovery room here. Teach people the aspects of how breathing is important for you in everyday life, how these crazy cold plunge pools and this hot sauna is actually physiologically good for you, and how you can utilize that in your day-to-day routine to kind of help you kind of recover, mentally decompress, and allow yourself to kind of get the maximum benefit out of everything that you do in life.
Yeah, and I imagine a lot of people don't really understand the fact that breathing is so important. Outside of, yes, breathing keeps you alive, but
yes,
breathing in terms of relaxing yourself, calming yourself down, or just getting ready for something. A lot of people meditate, or which focuses on your breathing before
definitely
presentations, and those are things that you'll help people, you'll coach them through.
Yeah, absolutely. I usually like to tell people, because I get that all the time, is like, why do I need to learn about breathing? Because I'm surviving, I'm here. I usually right, exactly. And I usually like to tell people, yes, you are breathing to survive, but you're not breathing to thrive. There are so many different components of breathing that you can tap into your physiological states. So many people are over breathing. They're taking too many breaths every single minute. You can overbreathe. I would say, a majority of the population is overbreathing. And teaching people certain protocols, because there's so much out there. You hear about like your Wim Hofs, you got your yoga breathing. All that stuff is great, but you have to learn what context those breathing patterns are good for. Because sure. Wim Hof, when you're hyperventilating and you're increasing your respiration rate, that's going to change the physiology in your body. So that might be good for one thing, but it might not be good for like a relaxation or a decompression type of environment in your body. So teaching people those practical applications is kind of what I like to do.
And you guys dabbled in a little baseball.
We do.
Explain that
Yeah.
background, if you would.
Yeah. So I very fortunate to get to be the staff physical therapist for the Chicago White Sox for 2 years. And through my time there, it was amazing working with these elite athletes. And it kind of, it kind of molded a little bit of what the philosophy that I wanted to bring to TFI. And you kind of could see how there was such a team approach. You had, you had the coaches, but you also had the athletic trainers, the physical therapists, the strength and conditioning coach. They have facilities like this, a recovery room with like cold plunge tubs, saunas, all these different types of things. And it got me to thinking that, man, this is amazing stuff. There's a lot of great research out there to support and back a lot of the stuff that's happening. I need to bring this and make this available to people everywhere and realize that they don't have to be a pro and that everyone can recover like a pro. Everyone can get the services that they need for their pain, whether it be from a rehabilitation standpoint or from a movement standpoint with personal training, and then actually bring it all together by emphasizing the importance of recovery. Right. And you don't have to be injured, you don't have to be hurt to get the benefits from cold plunge and from sauna. So I kind of wanted to bring it all under one roof, and we wanted to kind of integrate and let the community know all about it and make this more of like a place where people can come in. They have all these different services that they can do with Pilates even included, and with all those services, they start to get to know the people that are here.
Right, you build yourself a community within the community. You have enough classes where people can learn how to, or you teach them the exercises that benefit then the cold plunge or the sauna. Like cultivating a culture here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always joke, but it really truly is some of the inspiration for what we kind of have here. But that old show Cheers, you know, that mentality, someone walks in the front door, everyone knows them. Everyone's saying, "Hey, Norm, how's it going?" You know, that's what I wanted here. I want, whether you're coming in for Pilates, whether you're coming in to recover, physical therapy, personal training, everyone knows you. You feel like you're coming into a family. And that's what we wanted to kind of really cultivate here. And, you know, our 7 years of doing this, it's been the best experience, because usually you get people coming in sometimes at their worst time, especially on a physical therapy standpoint, pain, you know, they just had surgery, whatever it might be. The last thing they want is to come into a place and get stretched and moved because it hurts like crazy. But if they can come into an environment where they feel comfortable and they feel like they're part of the family, like I always said, I want to treat all my patients like they're my grandma or my mom. I truly do, and we really want to cultivate that and make people feel like they are part of the TFI family. And you know, I think it just makes for a well-rounded experience, and then you don't dread it, you know?
Yeah, and just walking around here this morning, people are, I mean, like you said, it was very friendly, people are inviting, and you're not messing around with, you know, the weights and the equipment that you have down on the main floor there. I was walking through, it's just great spot, because a lot of people don't like to work out at gyms that there's 150 other people. Some people,
Absolutely.
you know, social anxiety or what have you, to do it at their own pace. You could do that here. It's nice, and the equipment is top notch. And then the classes are fantastic. There's one going on behind you, Pilates, which baseball, Jake Arrieta made really commonplace to talk about as a pitcher. And nobody was talking about it as far as major league pitchers before. And it revived his career to have the Cy Young Award winning year he did, and the Cubs run to the World Series, the whole thing. So it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's the one neat thing about like professional athletes, is like a lot of this stuff people don't really know about. A lot of times it's not mainstream until they start to advocate for it, which I think it's great. And I think it's one of those things that the more awareness you have of it, the more you go and you experience it, and then you're like, oh yeah, they're right. That really does really help. I feel great after that. You know, I feel like I'm really getting the mobility and stability that I need in a day-to-day atmosphere when they come to a Pilates class. It's just a really great thing.
For folks who want information about Pilates or the cold plunge or just what you guys do here, what's the best way for them to find out?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. They can give us a call. We're always available via telephone, or we have a informational email. It's just info@thefitinstitutechicago.com. For any needs or questions they have, we're there to answer. Or they can go to our website, www.thefitinstitutechicago.com, and they can go to the Contact Us page there, and they can ask us a question, and we'll get it via email, and we'll respond immediately.
Ryan, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me. I appreciate it, and I imagine this will be very helpful as, you know, people are doing the New Year's resolutions. They end up tweaking something. They got to do it right, so they can come here and they can recover in one of these fantastic cold plunge pools. That's the next segment that I'll do, but that one might be for invite-only, private screening, because I don't know if I want to show what I look like doing that. Either way, TomBarneyChicago@gmail.com. If you have a suggestion or a story from the 78, or head over to the website, storiesfromthe78.com. Thanks a lot, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here.